Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and another episode of Journey to Understand the Bible. I am your host Damien, and in our last episode, we went over Genesis 31, where uh, Jacob and his wives left their his father-in-law's land. I was about to say property. He left his land and tried to start over their lives somewhere else. And Laban, the father-in-law, kind of tracked them down and accused them of stealing when really his daughter stole some idols from their house and took them with her. And basically, it ended with them having a covenant saying that they're not going to cross paths. If they do cross paths, they're not going to basically go after one another. And they had a feast and everything, and that's pretty much how it ended. So we're going to just keep going on to Genesis 32. As Jacob started on his way again, angels of God came to meet him. When Jacob saw them, he exclaimed, "This is God's camp." So he named the place Mayhem. Mayhem. Jacob sends gifts to issue. Then Jacob sent messengers ahead to his brother Ishu, who was living in the region of Seir in the land of Edom. He told them, "Give this message to my master Ishu. Humble greetings from your servant Jacob. Until now I have been living with Uncle Laban, and now I own cattle, donkeys, flocks of sheep and goats, and many servants, both men and women. I have sent these messengers to inform my Lord of my coming, hoping that you will be friendly to me." After delivering the messengers returned to Jacob and reported, "We met with your brother Ishu, and he is already on his way to meet you with an army of 400 men. Jacob was terrified at the news. He divided his household along with his flocks and herds of cattle into two groups. He thought if issue meets one group and attacks it, perhaps the other group can escape. Then Jacob prayed, "O God of my grandfather Abraham and God of my father Isaac, O Lord, you told me, return to your own land and to your relatives, and you promised me I will treat you kindly. I am not worthy of all the unfailing love and faithfulness you have shown to me, your servant. When I left home and crossed the Jordan River, I owned nothing except walking stick. Now my household fills two large camps. Oh Lord, please rescue me from the hand of my brother Issue. I am afraid that he is coming to attack me, along with my wives and children. But you promised me, I will surely treat you kindly, and I will multiply your descendants until they become as numerous as the sands along the seashore, too many to count." Jacob stayed where he was for the night. Then he selected these gifts from his possessions to present to his brother Issue: 200 female goats, 20 male goats, 20 ewes, 20 rams, 30 female camel and their young, 40 cows, 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys, and 10 male donkeys. He divided these animals into herds and assigned each to different servants. Then he told his servants, "Go ahead of me with the animals, but keep some distance between the herds." He gave these instructions to the men leading the first group: "When my brother Issue meets you, he will ask, 'Whose servants are you? Where are you going? Who owns these animals?' You must reply, 'They belong to your servant Jacob, but they are gifts for his master Issue. Look, he is coming right behind us.'" Jacob gave the same instructions to the second and third herdsmen, and to all who follow behind the herds. You must say the same thing to Issue when you meet him. And be sure to say, 'Look, your servant Jacob is right behind us.' Jacob thought, I would try to appease him by sending gifts ahead of me. When I see him in person, perhaps he will be friendly to me. So the gifts were sent on ahead, while Jacob himself spent that night in camp. Jacob wrestles with God. During the night, Jacob got up and took his two wives, his two servant wives, and his 11 sons and crossed the Jabbok River with them. After taking them to the other side, he sent over all his possessions. This is left Jacob all alone in the camp, and a man came and wrestled with him until the dawn began to break. When the man saw that he would not win the match, he touched Jacob's hip and wrenched it out of its socket. The man, the man said, "Let me go, for the dawn is breaking." But Jacob said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." "What is your name?" the man asked. He replied, "Jacob." "Your name will no longer be Jacob," the man told him. From now on, you will be called Israel, because you have fought with God and with men and have won. "Please tell me your name," Jacob said. "Why do you want to know my name?" the man replied. Then he blessed Jacob there. Jacob named the place Peniel, which means face of God. For he said, "I have seen God face to face, yet my life has been spared." The sun was rising as Jacob left Peniel, and he was limping because of the injury to his hip. Even today, the people of Israel don't eat the tendon near the hip socket because of what happened that night when the man strained the tendon of Jacob's hip. And that is how Genesis 32 ends. And so, as a recap, uh, Jacob basically went back to his people's land, and he sent out a message to his brother that tricked his father out of his blessings, and told him that he was in town, I guess. And then uh, the servants came back and said, "Yeah, your brother's coming back with 400 men." And Jacob got scared because he was like, "Oh, he's gonna take all my stuff. He's gonna kill me and take my wives and do what he's because I guess the guy doesn't like him, or I mean, I'm not gonna say he doesn't like him, but he was kind of jealous, and he would trick him and do little stuff, and because his mom, I don't know, I'm not sure why they did that, but yeah, that's pretty much Genesis 32 is how Jacob basically broke all of his everything that he had accumulated after leaving Laban. He I guess he planned on giving some of it to his brother, hoping that he won't treat him bad, and he kind of just divided everything up and told his servants to tell them that um, that belong all the stuff belongs to his servant Jacob, and he basically said that they trying to find issue because he's going to give him some of the livestock. And that's pretty much 32. I mean, Genesis 32. If you guys like what you heard or you want to hear more, I will move on to Genesis 33. Catch you guys later. Bye.